Shalom. In the aftermath of the Six-Day War, the famed Holocaust survivor and ethicist Elie Wiesel made his way to Jerusalem. There he was inspired to write a book called A Beggar in Jerusalem. And in that book he describes a scene between a Rebbe and a student, where on Tisha B'Av the student turns to his Rebbe and says, "I can conceive of God's wanting to punish us for reasons which are his own and not necessarily ours. But why do so many nations aspire to be his whip and his sword?" In responding to the student, the Rebbe says, "The Jews are God's memory and the heart of mankind. We do not always know this, but others do. And it's because of this that they treat us with such suspicion and cruelty." When describing the eternal nature of the Jewish people, the Rebbe says, "But in truth, it is not given to us, the Jewish people, to die, not even if we wanted to." Why? Perhaps because the heart, by its very nature, by its vocation, cannot help but question memory. We cannot die because we are the question. We are the questioners. On Tisha B'Av, we sit down on the floor. We open our keynote and we're forced to grapple with the hard questions of Jewish history, to focus on and to question, to understand the tremendous suffering, the pain, the cruelty that we experienced in the past and that we experience today. But as we stand up from Tisha B'Av, we move into the week of Parshat V'etchanan, Parshat Nachamu, the week of comfort. And there we learn a very important lesson from Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe brings the Jewish people to the border of the land of Israel. And he says, V'etchanan el Hashem be'etahi lemor. He says to Hashem, he pleads with Hashem, allow me to finish my mission. Allow me to bring the people into the land of Israel. The famous commentator, the Katav Kabbalah, says that in that moment, Bizman shemavakesh meshirat atzmo, when Moshe in that moment took stock of himself, bilti ru'uy el davar mevukash, he found himself wanting. He was not deserving of the thing that he was requesting to bring the Jewish people into the land. But the lesson we learn from Moshe in that moment is, as the questioning people, it's not just our right to ask questions and make requests, but it is our duty to make requests of Hashem. Even if he doesn't find himself fitting, Moshe says, Hashem, allow me to bring the Jewish people into the land of Israel. In the Haftorah of Parshat V'etchanan, we read, Nachamu nachamu ami. Hashem promises us comfort. There the Pasuk says, Dabru alev Yerushalayim nikru'u aleha. Speak to the heart of Jerusalem and call out to it. The Evan Ezra says Yerushalayim here should be understood as Knesset Israel. Speak to the Jewish people. Call out to the heart of the Jewish people. Let them know that there is a time when your salvation will come, where you will find comfort. We learn from Moshe that even if we don't feel like we are deserving, either individually or as a nation, it is our duty to call out to Hashem, to demand from Hashem with our holy chutzpah, to bring about our salvation, the time of our comfort, to bring an end to pain, to bring an end to suffering, and to allow us to live a life of peace. At this moment, it is incumbent upon us to cry out to Hashem, to pray to Hashem for comfort, for salvation. My blessing to all of you is that we find the words and that HaKadosh Baruch Hu hears and answers our prayers. Shabbat Shalom.